let's just do this, okay? What's up, guys? It's your girl, Victoria, back with another episode of the VL63 podcast. Welcome. Listen, there is so much to catch you up on. My life has changed, and I think I'm at this place now where I am trying to figure out who I am. So where do I start? A lot of things have happened. I've been having these sort of like tower moments, if you will, where literally I feel like things have just been stripped from me. Now, a lot of these things are material things, and they're not things that can't be replaced or restored. But it puts me in a place of what the heck is happening right now. So I'm not working anymore.
Wow.
I'm not completely upset about it. I didn't want to be forced into this position. I wanted to be in this position. If I'm being honest, I wanted to be free, have my time freed up. I wanted to have my mind freed up so that I could focus on the things that I actually want to do and the things that I'm actually passionate about. I did want that. But I didn't want to be forced into an unemployment situation because I didn't leave my job because I didn't have a plan in terms of how I was going to make money. I didn't have any other income sources flowing in at the moment. So I was staying on my job. But did I want to stay on the job? Nah. So in essence, they kind of did me a favor, right? Long story short, they were just like, yeah, we can no longer justify you being in this role. So, okay. They let me go in December. Gave me a severance, I'll qualify for unemployment. Yada, yada, yada. Paid me out for my vacation bonus, all that stuff. So, great. It was a blow, but I was also just relieved. I felt a sense of like, I can finally breathe now. Because, I'll do a whole nother podcast on being in corporate America, being Black in corporate America, being a Black woman in corporate America. Okay, I'll do a whole series on that because there's a whole lot to be said. But I felt free. I felt a sense of freedom. But because I'm a human and I have an ego, that ego was like, girl, what the heck are you going to do? How you going to pay your bills? Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. So pray for me or send cash. If you like my Cash App, it's right here below, Venus Podcast, accepting donations. Or you can also purchase my book. Lots of them. The ego part of me was naturally worried, but I've been okay for the past, month and a half. Still waiting for my benefits to kick in terms of unemployment. Hopefully that'll be enough to hold me over that along with my savings. But in the meantime, I am working really, really hard to figure out what's next for me. I like putting my time and my energy and my efforts into my things, like my podcast. I have a few other projects that I want to work on. Like I have a book. I want to do a volume 2 for the journal, in addition to some other things. So I have the energy, the time, the brain space to dedicate to those things. And the only thing that's looming in the back of my brain is, what are you going to do that's going to make you some money? Yeah, I need sponsors. I need income. I need jobs that are going to pay me. And I've been applying to jobs. Honestly, I've been applying on LinkedIn since the day I was let go. I had leads, but so far, none of those leads have materialized into anything sustainable. I kind of feel like I'm as scared as I would be, I think, because there's been a lot of layoffs. A lot of companies have laid off a lot of people. And while it's like, okay, I'm in the same boat as thousands of people, it also makes it hard for the applicant pool and, employers to, find you like a needle in a haystack. But it may not, again, necessarily be a bad thing, because if I'm being honest with you, I wasn't really completely happy. Like, I am good at what I do in terms of being an IO psychologist and organizational development work and training and leadership and all that stuff. I'm good at that. That's not the issue. But it's really not that fulfilling to my soul, especially when you are in an environment where the culture is not conducive to really you being allowed to be yourself. And I'm just being honest. Now, I'm not saying this to like shit on any company I was working with or working for, but you know, the past 12 years of my life where I've worked in corporate settings in doing OD work, you know, there are some cultures that are a little bit more inviting and a little bit more relaxed than other cultures, but the mentality of a lot of the people who are in these roles in corporate America is what really screws you over. It's a catch-22. So in the meantime, again, I'm happy that I have the brain space. I'm happy that I have the mental capacity to focus on my things and the things that I want to do. And I just have to now figure out how to monetize those things so that I can make a sustainable income and still pay all my bills. So that's that. So what's crazy is I had been talking about leaving my job. I had been talking about wanting to like look for a new job or just figure out what I want to do next, like work for myself, become an entrepreneur, or just be self-employed, right? But I was always too afraid to do that. So, you know, God has a way of like giving you what you ask for. That's why you gotta be careful what you say, because I don't know how many times I prayed about, Lord, please rescue me, or Lord, please give me freedom. I just want to be free, or I don't want to work here, or I don't want to do this anymore. And then boom, it happens, and you're like, wait, hold up. So you are listening. Okay. I had a few other prayers I need you to go ahead and materialize and go ahead and manifest and deliver on. Thank you. You just have to be really careful about what you're asking for, because when it happens, you got to make sure you're prepared for it. That's all I'm going to say. Same thing happened with my car. Yes, I'm not the most materialistic person. Like I like nice things. Yes, I love to have nice things. I like making my space beautiful. I like driving a nice car, keeping it clean. I like, I like nice things. Who doesn't? But I'm not materialistic. And I bought my car. It was a 2018 BMW X1. Bought it in 2018, right after I closed on my condo, when I first purchased my condo at the end of 2017. I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and I had gone to visit her, and we were talking about my car because my battery had been kind of acting a little weird. Like, it's 2023, and the car is a 2018. I've never changed the battery. It's never needed to be changed. So it started to kind of give me some issues where it would like act like it didn't want to start up. And I think I told you guys about that in November, when it was just like, it just shut down on me and I'm like, I had to walk home. Yeah. Because it was extreme temperature. So when it's extremely cold or extremely hot, then your battery kind of responds to that, especially when it's an older battery. So it's about 5 years old. It was time for it to, be upgraded or whatever. Anyway, we were having a conversation. She asked me how my car was doing. And I'm like, oh, it's okay. I really think I'm just going to need to get a new battery. Or I am probably going to look into selling my car on Carvana. Because Carvana has a service, just like I think CarMax does it as well, where they'll buy your car from you. And I've looked on Carvana before. They made me a few offers to purchase my vehicle, but it was always less than the payoff. Like, a couple thousand less. And I was just like, well, I'm not gonna do that. That doesn't make any sense. So I'll just keep my car. But it'd be great if I could sell my car to Carvana and they pay off my vehicle, and then I don't have a car note, because I don't really need a car. I live in the city and I don't drive every day. Even when I was working, I wasn't going into the office every day. So I didn't need a vehicle. I would drive probably, once or twice a week, if that. My car stayed in the garage. So if I need to go anywhere, I can Uber, ride with friends, or walk to the grocery store, that type of thing, take a scooter. So I told her, hey, I really don't think I need the car. And she's like, yeah, you really don't. Once again, this is one of those situations where the angels and the God and the universe were listening, and they delivered immediately, because later that night, I went to visit a friend. We're hanging out. I come back out, and my vehicle is totaled. Hit and run. Yeah, somebody hit my car, sideswiped it, and severely damaged the vehicle. It was so bad that I didn't understand how they were able to do that much damage to my vehicle and still be able to drive their vehicle away and or be okay. So when it happened, needless to say, I was like, what the entire heck? I was just talking about the fact that, oh, I didn't need my car, and then boom, car is gone. I had been talking about the fact that I didn't want to work. Well, boom, job is gone. I'm telling you, be careful what you pray for, be careful what you say, be careful what you speak, or just be very intentional with those things. Yeah, so no car, no job, still single. And my dog is, I don't want to say it because I'm trying to be really careful about what I say, but she's hanging in there. She's on her last leg. I'll say that. My dog is very precious. She's a sweetheart. If you have ever met Morgan, anybody who's ever met Morgan, they love her. But she's pushing 14 years old. She's 14 years old. She's got arthritis. She has cataracts. She has a bad bladder. And over the past week, 2 weeks, actually the past few months, she had been feeling really like sick and not really eating that much. And she had lost a lot of weight. So when I took her to the vet was like, oh, she needs to gain some weight. She needs to eat more, blah, blah, blah. So I changed her diet. She didn't like the food. So she's kind of finicky about what she eats. I went out of town to go visit my mother, had a wonderful time. But while I was away, she was at the dog sitter's. And the dog sitter, would keep me updated on her progress and what she was doing each day. And she explained that she hadn't really been eating. So in order to get her to eat, because she needed to eat to take her medicine, she mixed some of her dog's food with Morgan's food just to see if she would eat it. And she did. Well, when I picked Morgan up, when I got back in town, that next day, Morgan had diarrhea. And it was so bad. She wouldn't eat anything, and she was going all day. That started on a Friday, and it is now Thursday, the following week. Nothing's changed. She's still been going, and she really won't eat. So I took her back to the vet, and they gave her some fluids and also gave her some antibiotics and other meds, which she needs to eat in order to take. But she's very, very finicky about what she's deciding to eat. So I don't know. I feel like she's improving some. Today, she hasn't had a bowel movement. She hasn't had one since yesterday, but the one that she had yesterday was still a little, So I'm monitoring her and just hoping that it's not anything more serious, because the vet was concerned about her weight loss a few months ago and the fact that she hadn't really had much of an appetite. And so she was thinking that it could be indicative of other issues. So that's what we're watching for. That's what we're monitoring. But on top of everything happening, I feel like, even though things happen for a reason, I don't know the reason, but they happen for a reason, and they happen sort of like in threes. It's good that I'm here. I'm not working, so my attention and focus can be on making sure that she gets better. And I also am just, waiting on whatever these new blessings are that are coming in, because they got to be big, honey. And it's going to be big. That's probably why all this stuff is being cleared out of my life, because God is trying to make room. Make way for Prince Ali. Big blessings. I must have really been praying hard, or really wrote down some big, huge blessings and things that I'm trying to manifest in my journal, because let me tell you, the things that are being taken away, they're materialistic. They're not that important in the grand scheme of things. But for my mental health and for my sanity, I need to know that I'm going to be okay. And I do know that I'm going to be okay. I just need some things to financially start to just roll in so that I'm good. Emotionally, it's weird. It's like these things have been falling away from me, and it was making me think the other day, like, dang, who am I? I know who I am. Do you? I can no longer really be defined by the things that I used to do, or like my job or my career. Because how many people are defined by your career? A lot of people are. They are defined by a title that they hold. whatever that title could be. It could be doctor, mother, wife, lawyer, entrepreneur, whatever. Those are all titles that give you some sort of a characteristic. It defines a part of who you are. And some people are defined by like the things that they have, like their car. Like I could easily be like, oh, I drive a BMW, or I live in the city, I do this. I don't care about that kind of stuff. It's never been something to define me, but when it's taken away, it's like, so you don't have a job. I don't have a title of any kind in terms of like a wife or a mother. I mean, yeah, I'm a dog mom, but like, God forbid something happened to Morgan, am I still a dog mom? These are just random weird questions I know that I'm having, that I have and I ask myself. But it's just like, who are you? How you define who you are at the core of who you are, outside of any contributing factors. You could be defined by who you are based on what people say, because those titles are all arbitrary anyway. They're given, they're created, they're constructs, really. But some people are defined by what others say that they are, or who others say that they are. It's really a tough question, because like, have you ever been in an interview or like in an audition, in my case, and they're like, so who are you? Tell us about who you are. I don't know. You could be so many things, right? You could be so many things to so many different people, and based on who you're talking to, it could change or define who you actually are, or who you say you are, or how you define yourself. Like, how do we do that? Do we do that with attributes? Do we do that with like, oh, I'm very loving. Yeah, that's true. I'm very caring. I'm honest. I keep it real with people. I'm supportive. I'm loyal. I'm loving. I'm pretty wise, dedicated whenever I'm dedicated to something. Those are all like attributes, right? That make me who I am. They add to who I am. And then there are some other attributes that other people may use to define me too. And I have a right to choose whether or not I adopt those things. But you gotta be really careful when you are trying to define who you are based on other people's description of you. Yes, their perception is their reality, but I think what's more important in how you define yourself is who you are to you. So someone may say that I am, very encouraging. I'm an encouraging person, and that may be true for them. But in order for that to be true to me, I gotta be able to encourage myself. It has to be true for me. If I am not encouraging to myself, then can I really say that I'm an encouraging person? I don't know. That's the question, right? These are all questions. I don't have real answers to these questions, by the way. This is just, me and my thoughts thinking about who I am now that I have been put in this position where I don't really have a title. I don't have any title right now. And then, are those titles even important? Like, are those titles the things that I should be using to define who I am? Probably not. I know what I am, and I know what I'm capable of, and I know that who I am can change, in the moment. And it also can change based on the circumstance. It can change based on who I'm interacting with, who I am to them, who I am to me, who I am to an organization, or what I bring. All those things can contribute to who you are. But it's just really a thought, right? Like, if someone were to ask me, oh, so who are you? Now, in DC, what we get a lot of is, oh, so what do you do? Well, drink coffee in the morning and sleep at night. I mean, I do a lot of different things, but are they definitive enough for me to use them as descriptors in terms of what I do? I don't know, maybe, But when someone asks you who you are, yeah, who do you want me to be? Again, I think what's important is understanding how to describe who you are by your own definition, but also who you are by who you are to yourself. Whoever you are to yourself is who you can describe yourself as being. You can always describe yourself as being what other people describe you as, but again, be careful of those descriptions. unless you want to adopt those descriptions. And then who did your creator make you to be? That's a question a lot of people are still trying to figure out. I don't know that you ever get one definitive answer. I think you are a lot of different things in many different lifetimes. So in this lifetime, I am why is this so hard? Wow. I'm an encourager. I'm an author. I'm a supporter. I'm a friend. I'm loyal. I'm loving. I'm successful. I'm peaceful. What else? I'm a podcaster. I'm an author. I'm an actress. I create content. I'm self-employed. I'm a lover. Okay. There's a lot of things I could say, but it's a question that I'm going to be thinking on and trying to define. And that's a question that I have for you. Who are you? I hope that your new year has started off great. If you are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Follow me on all of my socials. On Insta, it's at VLS Podcast. My personal social is Victoria_Njadeka. TikTok is V_V_list_podcast. Until next time, I hope you keep discovering aspects of yourself and discovering who you are and figuring that out as I figure it out. Love ya.